Feeling unheard after prayer is a common, often painful experience. It can lead to paralysis or doubt. Remember that God speaks in many ways beyond an audible voice. If you are struggling, here are 7 actionable steps to take, supported by Scripture. 1. Act on what you already know. Before seeking a divine directive, honestly assess if you are asking for guidance on something you already possess the ability or knowledge to decide. God gives us intellect and gifts to use and expects us to be doers of His word. Shift your prayer from "tell me what to do" to "give me the wisdom, strength, and courage to make the best decision with the knowledge you've already given me." 2. Seek wise counsel. God often speaks through others. Clarity often comes through dialogue and external perspective. Confusing spiritual feelings can sometimes be better processed with professional or experienced input. God frequently uses the wisdom of your community for guidance. Consult an experienced spiritual mentor for discernment rooted in tradition. Share your burden with a few discerning friends who can pray for you and offer an objective viewpoint. If the indecision is causing significant anxiety, a licensed professional can provide invaluable clarity. 3. Broaden how you define hearing. Don't limit God's response to an audible voice or a dramatic sign. God often speaks in subtle ways, and you must stay attuned to these channels, such as a deep conviction or a sense of peace. The voice of God is not always the wind, earthquake, or fire, but often the gentle whisper. 4. Accept the limits of your influence. Recognize that while prayer is powerful, some outcomes may be part of a larger, unchangeable plan. Using prayer to demand a specific outcome can lead to disappointment if it doesn't materialize. Pray for the strength to accept the things you cannot change and the wisdom to know the difference. Use prayer to find peace within the reality you are facing. 5. Take action and trust your discernment. If you have waited, prayed, sought counsel, and still feel no clear direction, you must eventually take a step of faith. Trust the spiritual guidance you have received thus far and move forward without losing faith in the future. Trust the discernment you have gained and move forward. Sometimes the path only becomes clear after you start walking. 6. Engage in corporate prayer. The combined faith and focus of a group can often break through spiritual inertia. Corporate prayer demonstrates unity and can amplify your request before God. Request that your church or a group of believers pray specifically for the matter in question. 7. Consider your theological boundary. Important caveat. In some traditions, seeking guidance from sources like astrologers, mediums, or channelers is considered a legitimate path. However, be aware that most major Abrahamic religions, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, explicitly forbid seeking guidance through these means, viewing it as a deviation from divine command. Only pursue these channels if your personal theological beliefs and religious community explicitly affirm and trust them as valid sources of divine guidance.